Welcome to the Liv Daily Show. I'm Sean Liv, and we are at the beautiful Azridge Estate Hotel. Today we have an amazing show on forgiveness. You know, sometimes we go through life and we have to learn forgiveness, not only for others, but also for ourselves. So I hope you enjoy the show. I am so excited to have Lisa with me today. She joins me. She is the author of the book called Strut, and it's about empowering ourselves with our financial situations. But what's so creative about it is that she uses shoes. We all know we might have a few extra pairs of shoes in our closet, or maybe it's purses, but you know what? It's okay because she tells us that we can forgive ourselves. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jamie Lee.
Thank you for being here, Missy.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Lisa, it's an honor for me to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm actually so excited to be out here.
And I'm so excited for your book.
Thank you.
And it's so creatively done. Like I'm telling you, the way that you have the shoes in here and the different, from the rain boots to the stilettos all the way through, it's not only sexy, creative, but I think every woman can relate to it.
And that's why I picked the shoe theme, because no one really wants to read a financial book. It's kind of the last thing to do, so I had to make it fun.
Well, also too, though, money can be scary.
Absolutely. I wanted to take away the intimidation factor for women, because the financial world can be very intimidating.
Why is it so intimidating?
I think for the longest time it was kind of the man's world, and even the jargon and, you know, the acronyms and all that terminology they use. I think a lot of times they almost do it to scare you.
Right.
The fear-based.
Yeah, but that fear doesn't do anything besides feed fear.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how can we kind of allow ourselves to receive or move into that? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So I think with us women, like the first step to, you know, taking that, you know, empowering step with our money is to start off with, you know, taking stock of what we have, where we are financially, and a lot of times that starts with forgiveness.
But then having forgiveness means that we had to kind of look in the mirror.
That's right.
Right?
Right. And I think that's where most people, I meet like clients and just, you know, people off the street all the time, and a lot of times people don't even want to open that can of worms. So I think a lot of people don't look in the mirror when it comes to their money. And
they're almost on autopilot, would you not say? And they live in the same kind of cycle that maybe our generations from before lived.
Absolutely. And they have lots of limiting money beliefs.
What would be the main one that most people hear about?
I think a lot of, well, like a main one I would think, for example, is that money is bad, or, you know, money is the root of all evil. Right. That's kind of a limiting money belief. So if you're raised with that, or that money is dirty is another one. You know, when you were touching money as a child, like that money's dirty, and that's limiting belief, because, as you know, it's just another object. So. But
isn't on the other side of it too is the worthiness of it? No, the worthiness of having an abundant life.
Absolutely, and for women to, you know, feel worthy, and, you know, create that is. That's also like a part of the challenge too, right?
But could we not use money as a tool to be able to create that deservingness and that worthiness within inside us?
Yes, but I don't think money is the secret to being worthy. I think worthiness comes whether you have no money or you have millions of dollars. You have to feel worthy first. I think that's kind of the first step.
What was your intention in writing this book, especially for women? Because obviously it's got a you know, a high heel shoe on it. So it's mainly based for women.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
What was your intention, and what is your biggest message that you want to give to us?
Well, my biggest message is empowering women, and you know, to even one of some of my like other intentions with writing the book is it had to be fun. Like, I think life should be fun and accessible to women, and again, taking away that intimidation factor. But the ultimate, like the last chapter, I talk about going barefoot, and just how truly, like in your own feet, you know, taking those steps toward your future and creating the life that you want to live.
And going barefoot, which would be releasing all of the limiting beliefs, all of that fear, all of those insecurities. Go barefoot and just be raw with yourself, which equals forgievous, right?
Yeah,
because you are who you are, right?
Yeah, I think I even use the word money mercy. But
money mercy.
But just,
So what does money mercy mean?
Well, exactly. It's basically just forgiving yourself. I think in our society, there's so many shoulds. Like, society tells us that we should have $1 million at 65 and retire with your RSPs and your house paid off and all these shoulds that, we've been programmed, even, by advertising and whatnot.
Right.
So it's, taking away that, just forgiving yourself and not feeling like you have to be someplace. Just be where you are and be okay with where you are.
Oh,
and then make
I love
a plan.
that. Say that again.
Yeah, just be okay with where you are.
Be okay with where you are, no matter where it is.
Yeah, because it's perfect where you are, and then create a plan from there and go forward.
And forgive yourself. Just let it all go.
Yeah.
So you don't have to return the shoes because you have like buyer's remorse or anything like that. Just forgive it and then move forward.
Absolutely, and I totally believe in balance. I mean, it's all about balance. That's a big, huge key about that too. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any tips?
Any tips?
Like 2 tips.
2 tips. I would honestly say, dealing with your money mindset is starting to find your limiting beliefs around money. Saying that maybe you want to make more money in your job or in your business, and I think the first thing is just to start journaling around that. And journaling is such, I think, a powerful thing to say.
About money. A lot of people journal about their days, things like that, but never about their beliefs about money.
Yeah, and really as a way to release those and just to almost create new beliefs around money.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, and the second one?
Then with that too, also then create affirmation statements as well. So something along the lines of, my net worth is constantly increasing. That's when I journal every day, or my income is constantly increasing, or, things like that, or I'm a money magnet. I mean, those are just simple.
Whatever works.
Whatever works, yeah. Like whatever it is you're trying to attract, and that goes for anything in your life, right? So it's not just about money. So all of this plays into all parts of your life, right? Money is, it really makes a difference for all, your mind, body, and spirit. So, yeah.
I love it. Well,
it's so
cheers
important
to
to connect it all. Cheers.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Maureen McRae, or as Dr. Mo, I call her, is one of those women that has all the credentials in the world, but yet her energy and her love and her inspiration is just so contagious. I love my chats with her. You're awesome. Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here again with me
Thank
today.
you for having me. Thank you.
Forgiveness. That's a big one. It's something that we don't really talk about or even do. I think we're so busy in our lives that we really don't take that step back to almost do an inventory of our relationships, the anger that we're holding on to, especially to certain people. It's just that knee-jerk reaction where we cut people out of our lives. Does that make sense?
And we're told you have to forgive people. So how do you do that? Because I could just say, I forgive you for doing that. But if you don't actually move the energy through and work on releasing those feelings that got you to needing to forgive somebody, it's still there. You haven't actually worked through it, haven't done any of that personal work.
But it also, you have to have that relationship on both sides, not just the one side, correct?
I don't know. I think you can forgive someone without having them acknowledge it, because it's still what's within you.
Right.
Because we have to let it go. It's up to me to let that feeling go. that I'm holding on to.
But there's emotions that you have to go through in order to release it, because you
Yes.
can't, like, there's anger,
Yes.
there's a whole bunch of stuff, right?
So you
like,
need to go outside and stomp around, or
and that's okay?
Oh, I think that's essential. Or to journaling moves
So
the
it's
energy
essential
through.
to go and stomp and get rid of your energy.
Holler and yell and scream and let it out.
So it's okay.
Or to write a letter to somebody about
I
how
like
upset you
screaming
are.
better.
And,
It seems a little bit
toss
more.
it out, burn it. Don't let anyone see
Yeah.
the letter. Or go outside, jump around. Have somebody throw rotten potatoes at you and whack them with a baseball bat. I don't know, whatever you need to do to move the energy through, and get mad and holler and yell and at what that scenario is. And then it's released, and then do some self-reflection time again, with your hand on your heart. And how do you feel about that scene? Or that experience, or that
Right.
person? Is it still triggering? Is it still bringing something up? Do you get that knot in your stomach still, or that feeling that is indicating that there's something remaining?
Right.
And continue to work it through. And then when it feels like it's gone, then to be able to say, I forgive you. I forgive you.
But we don't have to put a time frame on it.
No, because it doesn't work that way. That's not in our heart.
Right?
That's
Because
our
our
head
brain
thinking,
will say
"Oh, I
it's A,
should-"
B, C, D, right? These are the steps I need to
Yes.
go through. But when
Yes.
it's your heart, depending
Yes.
on how deep
Yes.
the wound is, or
Yes.
the anger, right? And how would we forgive ourselves?
Well, that's the big one, isn't it? It's hard for people to do that. But to realize that in any given moment, I truly believe that everyone is doing their best, including ourselves.
With the tools
Truly,
and the awareness that we
yes,
have.
we are doing our best with what we have.
That's beautiful. Thank you, hon.
You're welcome. Thank you.
There's something so powerful about music, especially if you create your own theme songs for your workouts. Not only is it going to get you out of bed in the morning, but it's going to make your exercise time, because a lot of us do resist it, but it's going to make our exercise time that much more enjoyable. We get pumped up. It's just for us, but make sure you choose songs that are for you, that are inspirational, that get you right here in your heart, and make sure you have one that's almost your favorite song. So when you're having those kind of moments that we all have, you play it and it just kind of shifts and brings you back up. I think stairs by far are almost my favorite workout.
Are they?
Only because you're not like stuck in the gym on the treadmill, right? You're outside and there's so many things that you can do on the stairs.
Definitely.
You agree?
Far more realistic. Yeah.
Well, I like it. And who wouldn't want to be outside here at the beautiful Azurage in this?
It's very nice.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But, enough of the scenery. I think you need to get to work. So why don't you go down the stairs and just come up in just like a nice light run.
Okay.
Okay? Good job. That's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
I think we need to up the antes just a
think so,
little bit
too.
more. You think so?
Okay.
Okay, do doubles. Doubles, ready? What a great workout, hey?
It definitely is.
Do you think you can up the antes one more time for me?
Yeah.
Do you want me to boss you around, or you got a surprise for me?
I could show you something.
You can show me something. Okay, you show it. I'm waiting. Oh my gosh! Look at you go! That's amazing! That was awesome.
Yeah.
In life, we never get to choose our parents, and sometimes those relationships can be the most challenging. On today's episode, I actually brought my dad on. He has an amazing story, and I'd love for you to listen. Can you believe we're sitting here, Dad?
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Anyways.
18 years, and this is your first time here in Calgary. When it comes to life and challenges and things that we go through, I can honestly say from my heart that you have picked yourself up, dust yourself off, taken accountability, and moved forward from the challenges that you were in.
Yeah, there's a lot of mistakes I made in life, but that's what life's all about, is, making mistakes and then recovering from it. And actions speak louder than words in my case, you know what I mean?
So take me back to those mistakes.
I guess my biggest one of the things that bothers me now is I couldn't show love to my family, to you kids, right? Because I didn't know how. So one thing led to another. Next thing you know, I'm into drinking, and it's a disease, alcoholism, right? So it starts out very simple, one drink a night, or next thing it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the weekend. And the next thing you know, you're into the whole week. And you're trying to hide this all the time because you don't want people to know that you're, you know, a heavy drinker, an alcoholic, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, and I thought I could fool the whole world. But I look back at it now, and I was only fooling myself, right?
Was there a reason why, or was it the generation, or?
I think, well, I drank just for the effect.
The effect.
Because I think I was...
Was it like a liquid courage or something?
Yeah.
Or?
I thought I was Superman after I had a couple of drinks, right?
And then reality.
And I thought I was funny.
Yeah.
I think it all stemmed too when growing up, I was verbally abused, I guess, if that's the right word. Mm-hmm. And you know that old saying about sticks and stones will break your bones, but names will never hurt you. Well, that's not true.
No, it's not true. Names
Because I carried
absolutely
that for
hurt.
years, you know, the hurt that was inside.
Right.
So maybe I masked it with alcohol because of it gave me that sense of security,
Right.
liquid security type of thing.
But you've also been sober now for
15.
How many years?
15.
15 years.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal. It's amazing.
So anyways, because I never want to go back to where I was.
No. Well, what have you learned? Because this is the thing, right?
I think the biggest thing I've learned is being true to myself and my family and whoever.
Right.
I have feelings now that I never had before. If I
You
did.
can actually feel.
Yeah.
As opposed to hiding
And
our
I can
feelings.
love now, and I can show my actions instead of just words, right?
Yeah.
Like action's no good without words, are no good without action. And
Right.
it took 10 years probably before I could get the love and the trust back. Mm-hmm. But now it's beautiful, you know.
Then how can one look at themselves to change? Especially when they're scared, especially when there's
Yeah.
issues or, behaviors or...
I guess just be yourself.
Be
You
yourself.
can't change life. Life is going to go on without you or me or what we think. We can only change our own selves, you know. Mm-hmm. And just be honest, I think. Be honest with yourself.
Be honest.
Right? And just, tell the truth and, and go from there.
And go from there. Dad, thank you so much for coming out here. From my heart.
I love you.
I can't get enough of the kitchen at the beautiful Azridge Estate Hotel. And I want to talk to you about something. It's breakfast, because so many of us are so busy that we run out the door and before we know it, it's noon and we still haven't had our breakfast. So I want to talk to you about my favorite ingredient for breakfast, which is oatmeal. I know, plain old oatmeal, but we're going to fancy it up a little, because does that not look incredible? A little parfait with yogurt and berries and a little bit of hemp seed on the top. And you know what? It's so quick and it's easy. And does it not look like amazing? I would eat it. Next, it's easy making your own cereal. And this recipe is in my book, and it's called the Tiger Power cereal. And it's made with kamut puffs, and there's oats in it and some nuts, and it's sweetened with honey. And you can even top it up with some chocolate chips or even some cranberries to make it more of a little sweet. Put some in a bag and away you go, and you can munch in when you're on your way to work. Last but not least, for my favorite with oatmeal, is why not turning oatmeal into chocolate oatmeal and topping it with some toasted walnuts? And it's so easy. Just take your oatmeal, make it like you normally would, and then add your favorite chocolate protein powder. This is a natural vegan kind. Add your water, stir it up, add your nuts on top, and you know what? It's good to go. It doesn't spill. You can even take it on your way to work. I'm gonna head to the grocery store, to the superstore, and have a conversation with Tessa about what oatmeal and breakfast does for our bodies. Thanks for joining me again, Tessa.
Absolutely.
You know, back at the Azurage, we did a segment on oatmeal.
Awesome.
And it's one of those staples that are always in our pantries, right?
Comforting,
It's
yeah.
oatmeal and, you know, that warm breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
So good,
Gets the kids
especially.
out the door. Yeah, totally.
What do you love about oatmeal?
I love oatmeal because it is so filling. It keeps you full until you're ready to have your next meal. Gets you alert for work, for school in the morning.
And let me guess,
so you're feeling
fiber.
sluggish. And the fiber. It's so rich in fiber, but that's what keeps you full.
Right.
Yeah.
Would
so-
that be a different type of fiber than the fibers in the apples and things
Nope.
like that? No, same fiber.
Same fiber,
Okay.
fiber. Yeah. You can't get enough. Drink lots of water.
Okay.
Yeah, oats are just great. Whether you're making, you call it porridge or oatmeal, it's delicious. It's a good way to start your day.
And then what should we be looking for in regards to the types of oats? Because there's quick oats, there's rolled oats,
Yeah.
there's steel cut oats.
There are a few options. Yeah, so basically steel cut oats, it's the true form. So they just
So
provide.
this is how it comes.
Yeah, out of the stalk or whatever you call it. I'm not sure, all the farmers out there. But yeah, so they're kind of round and they're more substance to them. They then get steamed and rolled. Then we get that puffy old-fashioned oats that they call. And most people have this in their cupboards, I would say. Really great.
Right.
Yeah, you can mix the two and cook them together if you're not a huge fan of the steel cuts on their own. They do have more nutritional value. So if you're looking for the manganese, whatever
Right.
the benefits that you're wanting from steel cut oats, or from oats, sorry, go for steel cut oats. They're for
okay.
sure higher, but you're getting benefits from both. They're
Benefits
really good.
from both.
Yeah.
And then how long does it take to cook the oats?
So
Because a lot of people like convenience, you know.
yeah, that's true. So this is the longer route than your
Okay?
instant package.
But can we make it the night before?
Yeah, absolutely.
How do we
if
make
you
it
are
the
a
night
busy
before?
mom and you've got a couple mouths to feed and you need everyone out the door, but with a full belly, do an overnight oats. It's awesome. You can get all the ingredients in your crock pot, have it cooking overnight, and in the morning your house
Can
smells
you imagine
amazing.
waking up to that?
Yeah, good Christmas morning breakfast too.
So
Actually.
you just put everything in the crock pot?
Yes, everything in the crock pot. There's great recipes out there to try. I also just do on my stovetop in the morning time while I'm getting ready, check on it, stir it. We did a variation, a pumpkin spice version, and that was delicious.
Oh, that would be good. What did you put in
it was
that?
more like a carrot cake, I guess you would say. We grated carrots,
Yes.
cooked up the oats first, grated carrot, put in some raisins, the spices for pumpkin pie, like cinnamon,
okay.
nutmeg, added some maple syrup for a bit of sweetness,
Oh,
vanilla extract,
so
and
yummy.
oh my goodness, the flavor and the smell was delicious. And we were full for a very, very long time. So yeah, it's a good one. Gives you lots of energy to last throughout the day, so that's good.
I think I'm going to take some oats and put them in my pantry.
Yes, you should. They're delicious.
Thanks so much, Tessa.
You're welcome.
John is a local entrepreneur and a big thinker. I knew when I first met him that there was more inside him that I wanted to learn about. So we sat down and had a few conversations. Forgiveness. That's a tough one. Because I know many years I struggled with forgiveness and I had so much anger inside me. And then eventually it was to the point where, you know, how long am I going to be angry?
Yes.
Like, it's not worth it.
No, it's not. No, life is too short. I mean, we were talking about that earlier. And I mean, I can't even go an entire day feeling that way towards an individual without fixing it. And people that know me, they know that. If there's
'Cause you're a
something,
softie?
if there, no, if
No,
it's,
I'm just teasing.
well, I am. I for sure am. But I've grown into more of a softie, and you know, my life is very, very much dictated by the relationships I have, and they're very important to me. And when there is a a conflict of any sort, I need to rectify it. I can't hold any type of grudge. I can't have that. It's poison for the inside of people, and it's contagious, and it's something that you don't want.
It's poison. It's so poison. And sometimes you have to be the better person first, or per se, to apologize, or even just to open up the lines of communication to find out.
It's so easy to fix those types of situations. You just have to be willing to do it. I mean, they can go on for years, and when it only takes, a 5-minute conversation, right? Of just being open and honest. So,
do you think our world needs more forgiveness?
I mean, yes, I would say so. I mean, for me personally, I think it's just a waste of energy. Not, and I mean, it's fine if there's people or that don't and can't mesh, then make your peace and move your separate ways, right?
Right.
And that's okay. It's okay with that. But having that conflict is something that it's not worth it.
No, because we can change that energy into something else, right?
Yes.
Thanks for joining us today on the Liv Daily Show. I hope you gained a little bit of truth or knowledge in regards to the process of forgiveness. Remember, it's a journey, so one day at a time and one step at a time. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.